How's it going, everybody? My name is Kuzo Games and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I am back with another tier list video. This time, of course, it's a little different. We are bringing in which Pokemon is the most annoying as of right now. It's what, July 10th. We're still a little ways off from YouTube, but Inteleon is out. Inteleon is in the game. I thought I would update the tier list because, you know, Pokemon positions and statuses, they change a lot with the seasons, you know? Some Pokemon just don't hit the same way they used to. But if you like this video, again, remember to like, comment, subscribe even. It don't cost you nothing. Show the channel some love. We're trying to get the channel to 200 subs. If we can hit it by the end of the month, we'll keep daily uploads going and we'll open up viewer lobbies for Unite, Mario Kart, Smash Bros, whatever y'all trying to see. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, starting off from the top here, Cinderace. I've come to hate this. I've come to hate this rabbit, bro. I don't like him. Actually, might just leave him in awful. Why? Because Cinderace has, and I might have said this last time too, but Cinderace has this annoying ability where they are always within range to attack you and never within range to be hit back. I mean it, bro. Cinderace can always be running away from you and attacking you at the same time, or running after you and attacking you at the same time. There's never a right answer when it comes to dealing with this guy. Hate him, despise him, want him out of my life. But he's still not the worst. Like, you can beat a Cinderace player, right? If you get in close enough or you just hit him hard enough, you can take him out. He's not really a problem. I don't really have a problem with Garchomp. Its Unite move is a little annoying, so I think I'll put him in You're Okay. But Garchomp's not very annoying this season. Garchomp's very fair and balanced, I'll say. Following that, Gengar. Can't say I've had too many problems with any Gengars this season either. Like, I see these Pokemon and I almost forget they're in the game, because, like, Gengar's been neutered pretty hard, I'd say. I'm pretty sure Gengar could still be, you know, problematic. I just haven't run into any. Like, the Gengar mains all just fell off the face of the earth, or finally converted to another Pokemon, myself included. I feel like that's just kind of the drawback of being an older Pokemon. You tend to just get overlooked and forgotten. That brings us to Cramorant. You know what? I say Cramorant is more annoying than either of these two, because Cramorant's got, like, more heavily, like, disabling moves, like its little whirlwind and stuff. Still not, I don't know if I'd put him in hit or miss. But you're pretty annoying. Speaking of annoying, Ninetales. I'm going to say I'm leaving Ninetales a little below Cinderace because Ninetales isn't as fast as Cinderace and doesn't have as much mobility as Cinderace. But it does have more stun power. And it having the like little glacier thing that comes down on top of it, the variety of moves that just slow your movement down. It can be very annoying, but I don't think I've ever lost to a Ninetales one-on-one. Ninetales is only really annoying when it's got somebody supporting it. So I can't put these two in the same spot, but Cinderace is annoying all the time. Cinderace is annoying all the time. Ninetales isn't quite as annoying all the time, so Ninetales gets a pass on that one. Slowbro. Slowbro's pretty hit or miss. And I say this because Slowbro doesn't feel as obnoxious as other defenders, and he hasn't, I feel he's not a hard offender anymore. You know, as far as defending a goal goes, if you have to try to kill him on a spot, like, yeah, then he can be pretty annoying, but there are way more annoying defenders on this list. Slowbro's good. Slowbro's okay. He falls on the bottom half of the annoying tier list for good reason. Speaking of which, Wigglytuff. Don't think I hate Wigglytuff as much as I used to, because again, Wigglytuff has kind of fallen behind on the curve. Not the most annoying Pokemon. In team fights, it can really feel like it, like when it pops its Unite move in a crowd, or the way it just like runs in and starts singing. But I don't know if I'd even really put him up this high. Like, I can't say I've seen Wigglytuff do a whole lot of anything, honestly. And, you know, maybe it's just my bias, but that's just how it is, right? I don't know if I can't really put Wigglytuff anywhere higher than that. Mr. Mime. not as annoying as he used to be. I'm honestly grateful Mr. Mime got nerfed after he got buffed for the first time in forever, because Mr. Mime was a menace, and he's still pretty annoying. Like, those barriers go up, you can get like walled off from the rest of your team, or just pinned against a wall, and if he's got literally anybody around him at that point, he's set for life. But other than that, it's got its Unite move, and the stun power it's got is pretty annoying too, but not as annoying as Ninetales is, so we'll leave him there. I have no problem with Machamp whatsoever. And I think this one's... Machamp is so, like, physical attacker heavy that most modern, like, ranged characters can just, like, nuke him from far off. Its Unite move can be problematic, but, like... When was the last time you saw Machamp? Let's be honest. No problem with Machamp. Machamp is fine. Might be the only, like... not cringe Pokemon as of right now. Again, who knows? Like, the next patch might come out and they'll just up his movement speed, his attack power speed. Like, they might just make him the most busted Pokemon in the game for no reason, but I doubt it. So Machamp's cool. Machamp can stay there. Venusaur, you're also okay. I haven't seen a lot of Venusaur recently. I feel like he got shadow nerfed or something, or everybody else just got buffed to the point where Venusaur wasn't a whole lot of a problem. Giga Drain Petal Dance though, so I'll leave Venusaur up there for right now, because a Venusaur that's built for it can just they can heal, they can run. There's a lot they can do, more than I feel like Garchomp can, for instance. In the sense that, yeah, Garchomp will get up close and he'll hit hard, but once he's like in your face, you got him at that point. Like, he's used his moves, kick his butt. Venusaur's got more sustainability, movement speed, and if you're running like Solar Beam and Sludge Bomb for team fights and stuff, drop that Sludge Bomb, Solar Beam before. You can be pretty problematic. But we'll leave them there for now. Lucario. Lucario is one of those Pokemon I feel like I see a lot, but not a lot at the same time. Lucario, you're okay. I can't even really, like, come up with any bad memories for a Lucario. Matter of fact, no problem. You're fine in my book. I don't have any qualms with Lucario. Lucario's cool. And it's not because I play Lucario, because I don't. It's just another one of those Pokemon I barely see anymore. Talonflame. I'm gonna put you in hit or miss, because I got beef with Talonflame mains, bro. Like, whenever the enemy team has a Talonflame on their team, they're always all the time on top of it. Like, they will fly off and they'll dive bomb you when you're at your, smidgen of health or whenever, just to ruin your day, or run away for 5 years, Brave Bird you back across the field, or whatever the move's called. I've never played Talonflame. Always on that annoying energy. The team's Talonflame can never ever do that. They will always just be dead weight, and I don't understand why. Like, if there's ever a Talonflame on my team, I like roll my eyes, because I'm like, here we go. Alright, it's a 4v5. And I haven't met a Talonflame that has changed my mind yet. So if you're that Talonflame, I mean, if you believe your Talonflame is him, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Prove me wrong, okay? Eldegoss. I feel like Eldegoss got more annoying over the years. Like, Eldegoss probably ranked pretty low last time. I think Eldegoss... I feel like Eldegoss can do damage now. On top of their healing, and I get it, they're a supporter that's supposed to heal. But they might actually be one of the more annoying supporters in the game now that I think about it. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, and I don't want to go based off of, everybody else's positions on this list, but Eldegoss might actually be the most annoying supporter that comes to mind right now. This still feels a little high, though, again, comparing them to, like, Ninetales in terms of how annoying they are. Again, I might buff both of these two up, looking down. Like, if the list is looking too bottom heavy, I might bump some people up later. But Eldegoss's healing powers alone probably puts them there. Greninja and Cinderace, brothers in crime. I feel like I always see one or two or both of them just on a team forever, because why wouldn't you play them? It's crazy, because they're both like day one Pokemon too. They're just the ones that made it past the bell curve. Everything Cinderace gets away with, Greninja gets away with. even with their Unite moves, Cinderace will, be off screen somewhere, kick a Fireball, Greninja will just teleport from somewhere else and drop his, Ninja Bomb on you. These two are annoying, I'll say it. If you main them, good on you, but I hate you. Crustle. Crustle fell off the face of the earth. Crustle went back home and I never saw him again, I'll say it. Same with Snorlax, honestly. These two retired forever. Like, they the Unite dropped like 2-3 new defenders, and these guys said, thank God, and they just sat down and never got back up. Charizard can be pretty annoying. Again, not Delphox annoying. I said Delphox. Oh God, all the Pokemon fans are coming after me now. Not Ninetales annoying. I think the most annoying part about Charizard is really just its Unite move, because then it feels like it's cooking you and following you forever. Always reassuring to see one on your team, but normal like Charmander, Charizard, Charmeleon, I've never really thought twice about. Now this little pain in the butt, especially teamed up with like Ninetales, like Pikachu's got like the inverse problem that Ninetales has, right? I see a Pikachu and I think, yeah, whatever, it's Pikachu. And that's the problem. I always underestimate a Pikachu. Pikachu can do surprising amounts of damage, and it also has some of the stun power that like Ninetales has. So if you pair Pikachu up with almost any other Pokemon, Pikachu will get into some crazy stuff and you won't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Like, at that point, you're already screwed. Speaking of you're already screwed, I might have to put Zero Aura up here with them. Because I've got so many bad memories of that one stupid move that just like, it's like a grab in a fighting game, but we're not doing a fighting game. It just attaches to you and just starts chipping away at your health and you can't fight back. He's just on top of you now. Very mobile, very agile, very quick to like run in, get his hits off, and then run away. That pretty much, I don't know if I can say he's as annoying as these two though. Because I just don't see him as much. You can stay over here with these two. Gardevoir, not as annoying as those two, but just as annoying as Ninetales. I'm starting to see I've got a problem with the tech. I can already see it. Gardevoir's got a lot of the same powers that Ninetales does, but I feel like Gardevoir is faster about it. Maybe I don't know if they have as much stun power as Ninetales does. So I think that's why I keep Ninetales, at the top of this, but Gardevoir does a lot of damage on top of their Unite move, just drawing everyone into one spot so everybody can just beat them to death. Gardevoir can be very annoying. If you can get around behind them, then you can take them out, it's no problem, but Gardevoir is very annoying, I'll say it. Don't really have a whole lot to say about Blissey. Blissey can stay down here with Wigglytuff as far as I'm concerned. Again, as far as like supporter antics go, I mean, they're alright. I can't say it's ever been a Blissey player that's, just completely destroyed me mentally and physically and emotionally. Blastoise, I haven't really had any problems with Blastoise recently either. It's like, Blastoise is there, I guess, I might have played against like one Blastoise in the last 2 months, and that's why I say that. I just recently had a very rough run-in with an Absol player. But I can't even really give the credit to the Absol player. I feel like that was mostly just like the team I was working with, and you're probably not going to see that video because the recording didn't come out too well on it. But Absol, I'm never really worried when I see an Absol on the enemy team, It's just kind of like, okay, well, they got an Absol, something I need to look out for. Absol runs out, he hits somebody really hard a second time, and then they're wide open. You just beat them up at that point. You just have to know what you're doing, I feel. Mamoswine is probably... Mamoswine's going to be the first defender that breaches this area. Because, like, the Mamoswine, Ninetales, the ice duo right there, they're very obnoxious. Very, very obnoxious, I'll say it. His Unite move isn't as devastating as a couple other people's Unite moves, so maybe I'll bring him down a little bit. But, nah, Mamoswine can be annoying when he wants to be. He's also bulky, so he doesn't go down as quick as some of these other people on this list. Sylveon, can't say I've had a whole lot of problems with Sylveon recently. I mean, they're a little bulkier than other attackers, I feel they are. But I don't know. I can't say I've really been... I haven't been mistreated by any Sylveons recently. They're pretty okay in my book. Honestly, strange enough as it is, I kind of feel the same way about Greedent. Well, no, when Greedent can run around and heal a lot, so Greedent's still kind of annoying, but you're okay. You're okay. I'm not gonna say I have no problem with you. We still got some mental and emotional scars we gotta get through, bro. But you're okay. You're okay. You're not like you're not one of my like most hated enemies or something. You know. You can chill out over there. Decidueye. I'm really thinking about it. I really do. I really do, bro. I really do. But no, I don't feel Decidueye really deserves that. Decidueye is... I feel like I've gotten better at fighting Decidueye really recently because... they know it's their job as the sniper to sit in the back somewhere and pick people off or slow them down so everybody else on the team can get them. The Unite move is still very annoying, but if you know how to handle a Decidueye, you know, you get close, get around them, and then you can take them out pretty easy. So I don't know if I don't feel the same like rage when I think of Decidueye. So Decidueye can be pretty hit or miss. I'll say it. It just feels weird putting Decidueye on like the lower half of the tier list. Serena. Again, Unite's roster is so big, it's like, man, do I even remember this Pokemon? I know what Serena does, and I know what Serena can do, but you don't see it anymore. Because there's just other Pokemon that can be used and stuff, so... Serena can hang out over here with the boys. I got no problem with Serena. Dragonite. I actually recently played against the Dragonite. I play Hyper Beam. Nobody plays Hyper Beam. I guess Outrage is just better. I wouldn't know. I'll never know. I'll never get there. But Dragonite's Outrage and his Unite move just taking him across the field to dive bomb wherever can be pretty problematic sometimes. Again, I don't hate him as much as like anybody up here, but he's cool. You know, Dragonite's all right. I understand that he can be annoying, but I don't really feel that way. You already knew you were coming up here. You're on my forever like hated list, bro. I in truth haven't seen a whole lot of Trevenant this season. Don't want to, don't care. Trevenant's still annoying. When I see one, I'm like, okay, here we go. And I roll my eyes. I'm like, I hate this man. He's the worst. I don't want to see him, bro. I don't. I really, truly do not. I don't care if he's not as good as, you know, one or two other defenders that we're gonna get to on this list. He's there, okay? That's where he is. If you're mad that I put the tree and I don't like you, then you're proving my point, bro. I don't like you. Aegislash. I've run into one or two Aegislashes, but Aegislash can be quick with its moves, so I feel like that might make it more annoying than Dragonite, but I don't really roll my eyes when I see an Aegislash, you know. I'm not really tripping over it. How's the list looking so far? We don't have that many more Pokemon to go through, but again, I see Aegislash and I'm just like, okay, all right, bro, all right. Hoopa is kind of a sleeper annoyance. I don't ever really think about it when I see Hoopa, but knowing that Hoopa can shuttle people back and forth across the goal it's very like anxiety inducing. Because I'll see that they're running portals, and now I'm like, okay, are they gonna wait until we're like deep in enemy territory to drop a portal, and then like half of the people on the other side are just gonna show up and stop me from scoring? Because if they do, that's me. That's annoying. I hate it. But other than that, Hoopa's all right. I can't really say a whole lot about Hoopa because I play Hoopa, and it would just be hypocritical at that point for me to call, you know, other people annoying for doing the same thing I do. Other than that, Hoopa's fine. Duraludon can be pretty hit or miss. I'll say it. And that's mostly just because of its like range, its like area of attack type range, right? Like the little ring of fire it puts down is really helpful for getting objectives, but nobody on my team is ever playing this thing, so I'm only ever up against it. And it's like little pulse wave shots can also be very annoying. But it's not like hard to take down or anything. It's pretty slow. You just gotta breach its range of attacks and beat them to death at that point. So it's pretty hit or miss. Not as annoying as, again, the degenerate quartet here. Again, I might actually drop Pikachu down because I don't know if. See, no, that's the problem. I put him up here because he's deceptively annoying. I'm over here like, Pikachu's not that bad. He's getting under my skin again. Speaking of under my skin, the little rabbit mouse, Azumarill. Azumarill's like, I feel like Azumarill kind of has the same thing going for him as Slowbro in the sense that like it's a very rough boss fight at an early level, right? Because like most of the time your Pokemon don't evolve until like 5, but Azumarill hits 4, and then Azumarill is a tank and it starts putting out damage, and you don't really have it in you to fight that thing at that point, you know. That's the most annoying bit about Azumarill, I feel. And I don't really know how their Unite move works because I haven't played them myself, but like, you think you've got an Azumarill beat, and then you see its Unite move pop up, and it just gets like all its health back. Very annoying, I must say. Very, very annoying. Espeon can be right here with Gardevoir, because I feel like I've seen a lot of Espeons and Gardevoirs do pretty much the same thing, except you have to deal with Espeon much sooner than you have to deal with Gardevoir, and Espeon is very annoying. I'll say it. With the new like evolutions coming to town and stuff, Espeon and Glaceon got buffed, I'm pretty sure. Don't like either of them. Hate them both. Speaking of hated, seek God, bro. If you play Delphox, you need God. You need a hug. Okay. No offense, but like, I don't like you. I don't like you, and I don't respect you. All right. Don't leave. Don't click off the video. Okay. Look, it was just a prank, bro. A prank that I absolutely meant. But no, I dislike Delphox because it gets away with so much from its range. It puts out damage like these two below it, and it also comes with its stupid like side effect stuff, like the little spinning fire that spins you around. This thing, I see it and I just see red, and it's not just because of its color palette. Like I said, I've come to realize that I've just got beef with a lot of attackers in the game. Not great considering, you know, who comes up next. Glaceon's like rapid fire machine gun type beat on top of its Unite move. I feel like I'm never in a fight with an evolution that doesn't always have its Unite move ready to fire. I swear, like, I'll see it use it again like 20 seconds before I get into this fight with it, and then it'll pop it again. But a decent Glaceon player knows how to just be the most annoying piece of... And you'll think you've hit it, and its little ability will activate, and it just won't take damage. I'm like, oh, okay. No, that seems fair. Sure, why not, I guess. And now you're on the other side of the planet, because I can't keep up with you for whatever reason. Whatever reason, bro. But that's Glaceon. Let's get into a couple of these guys over here. Buzzwole. Buzzwole is... Let me not lie. Alright. Whenever I see a Buzzwole on the enemy team, I know my anxiety goes up. My anxiety goes up because I'm like, oh man. And it's also weird because I never see a Buzzwole on the enemy team without either playing Buzzwole myself or having somebody else on the team play Buzzwole. It's like they just attract each other. Mosquitoes swarming around the same game. But I see Buzzwole and I already know he's going to grab me, he's going to suck me, and it's going to hurt. Don't take that out of context. But like, it's... I already know as soon as I see Buzzwole, it's like, okay. He's going to grab me and the rest of his friends are going to beat me to death unless I play extra cautious to stay out of that like range of effect. Again, you don't see him as much as you see like these guys, so I can't put him up there with them, but Buzzwole can be pretty annoying. Tyranitar. Tyranitar can be a problem. I've played some Tyranitar games myself, and I enjoy Tyranitar. I like him. I still feel like he puts out some pretty good damage. But the road to Tyranitar is so, like, it's such a journey. At that deep in the game, if you haven't already surrendered, it's a little surprising, if anything. So I'll put Tyranitar down there. Again, he's okay. He hasn't like plagued my life recently or anything. I've played against a couple, but none of them have really you know, broken my will to live. And then there's Mew. I don't know how I feel about Mew, honestly. Like, I don't think Mew's ever, at least not in this season or like the last one, Mew hasn't really been a problem for me per se. Again, mostly because I just haven't seen any, but yeah, like, I can't even think of a time that Mew's really like gotten under my skin or annoyed me. Not worse than the worst, but you're up here somewhere. Maybe not in Seed God, but you're awful. And I hate you because, look, I don't hate you because you're like really snapped or really busted. I hate you because people still play you. I tell you, like, I have never had a good experience with a Dodrio on my team. Never, ever in my life. I don't think I've... And I want to be happy for Dodrio players. Like, I saw one the other day. I got, like, really mad at him. It's like, why are you playing this awful Pokemon? And they had, like, 600 games registered as Dodrio and, like, 50 in all their other Pokemon. So I knew Dodrio was their, like, hard ride-or-die main. And I could not for the life of me tell why. I tell you, we were playing a game. And, again, I'll just tell you about it because it's not going to become a video. But we were playing a game where the top lane and the bottom lane were both, like, perfectly even. If anything, we had like a small advantage over the top lane or whatever. And there, the enemy's like mid laner Absol showed up and they were like level 9. I'm still like level 4 Gumi or whatever. I'm like, how did you get that strong that fast? It's freaking me out. Oh, it's okay, our mid laner's showing up. Dodrio swoops in at level 7. Gets absolutely clapped, and then both of the other Pokemon up there with Absol evolves, and we just get steamrolled. I was like, why did you even show up, man? We were holding our own in the goal. You showed up trying to like show out and stuff and got absolutely just folded. Folded like paper. Folded like an omelet. And then I don't even know what happened. The momentum shifted and we never got it back. I hate Dodrio because I think Dodrio sucks. There, I said it. Dodrio's bad. Scizor. Scizor/Scyther. Scizor can be pretty annoying because Scizor is like the rare instance of melee attacker that can get in close, kill people, heal, and then go beat up some more people. It's... I don't know if I'd say I don't like them, but... Because I can't think of one or... No, yeah, I can, actually. I had to dig deeper into my memory to unlock those memories of like, yeah, no, you suck, actually. Don't like this guy because of like some of the shenanigans I feel he can pull and get away with. There's a lot that this Joker can get away with between offense and defense, and I'm not a fan. I'll say it. And I hope my friend that still plays Scizor is watching this, so he knows that I'm not looking at you different because you're doing it for us, but you Scizor mains, you're a different breed over there. Clefable. Clefable is very hit or miss, I'll say it. I used to be, like, really annoyed with Clefables, and I still kind of am, because there was a game we played recently where there was, like, a Clefable and a Mew that could actually just camp out in front of our goal, because the Clefable could just keep healing the Mew. As a supporter, Clefable can be pretty annoying. I don't know if I go so far as to say I don't like him, though. Mostly because, again, it's just kind of like, I mean, it's there, you know? It's whatever. Same with Zoroark, honestly. Look, a Zoroark, going up against a Zoroark can either be terrifying, which is the case with a lot of speedsters, or just very whatever, you know? Like, Zoroark fell off pretty soon after he came to the game. He, she, whatever. But Zoroark can still dive in and like cause some shenanigans. So I say Zoroark is pretty hit or miss right now. You're annoying. You were built to be annoying, but you're not the worst of the worst anymore. You're just kind of there. I don't like you. When I see you, I'm like, why are they playing? It's like you built up so much notoriety, you're pretty much in the same spot as Trevenant now. Alright, sorry about that little break in recording, had a little error. I believe I was trying to figure out where to put Urshifu. It's actually been a minute since I played against an Urshifu. I imagine they'd be just as annoying as like Azumarill would be, but again, they got hit so hard with the nerf that I just don't see them anymore. So I kind of just have to assume they'd be hit or miss, or drop them even lower, down like you're okay. Because, again, I know Urshifu has the potential to be annoying, but I feel like I can't, like, that's not fair. I'm operating under, like, some crazy bias at that point. I haven't seen a lot of Urshifus. Like, none. And maybe it's because I haven't played enough ranked. I kind of got back into ranked recently, got absolutely cooked. Not that you'll know. Not because I don't want you to know, just because the videos were trash. That aside, don't like Dragapult. Probably more than those two. Dragonite's not Dragonite. Dragapult's weird like attack helicopter pattern. It's hard to keep up with sometimes, and when it being able to just break off at any point, also very rough to deal with. Again, not quite as annoying as like Gardevoir Unite moving or any of those three really do. Dragapult's up there though. Like I don't like him. Bro can kick rocks, I'll say it. It's kind of weird that Delphox is the only one out there right now. Comfy, you're okay. Again, Comfy's only really annoying attached to another Pokemon, and I feel like Comfy's been sufficiently nerfed into the ground, so I don't really see Comfy like that anymore either. But when I do kind of like raise an eyebrow, like, alright, who are you collaborating with? Zacian. I think I can put Zacian up here. Because this Pokemon, just like many of the other ones in this tier, was a menace before. Not so much now, but can still be a menace if pushed, you know. Don't like him. I don't like him. I see him, and I do feel the lingering fear that was, you know, Prime Zacian. Following that, we got Goodra. Which is crazy, because I play Goodra, but I don't think Goodra's as busted as a couple of the other Pokemon, you know. Goodra probably fall down here somewhere. Down here with Slowbro seems fair. Goodra can be bulky, but that's just the point of a defender, you know. They're bulky. And Goodra can either heal really quickly off Dragon Pulse or wear people down with Muddy Water and Power Whip. But I don't see a whole lot of people playing Goodra, and the ones I do, I'm not going to say they don't play it well, it's just the only real hard part about Goodra is killing it. Especially if you're running into the Dragon Pulse like Acid Spray. It's not all that bad. Goodra could be worse, right? Speaking of could be worse, Lapras. I don't like you, bro. I don't. I'll put you... yeah. Lapras has this little thing where they just don't die. And I mean, like, Goodra don't die, but Lapras is also, like... Lapras can move, and Lapras can disable you, and it's very annoying getting caught with Bubble Beam. There have been times where I was, like, gonna use my Unite move or something, and then Bubble Beam, like one of the stray bubbles, caught me, and just completely ruined it for me. Perish Song 2. I don't see a whole lot of Laprases, but the ones I do see, I'm just kind of like, oh brother. Oh brother. Because I can't get close to this thing. This thing moves relatively fast, at least for a defender. I'm finna be in trouble. Chandelure. Chandelure, also very hit or miss. I'll put him right here with Decidueye because Chandelure, most Chandelure, if not all Chandelure I see, go for the Overheat and Imprison. I think the move is Imprison. Whichever one stops you from using attacks. And it's very annoying. But Chandelure isn't as annoying as a lot of these other attackers, because Chandelure isn't as fast as a lot of them. And its cooldowns are a little bit more tame, I guess. The most annoying part about it is getting hit with Imprison somewhere nearby, and now you can't do anything for like 5 seconds. But other than that, Chandelure's whatever, you know. Now we get to these jokers. Umbreon is, and I might be gassing here, but I see Umbreon so often now because Umbreon just flew up the ladder, claimed its spot as like best defender, almost uncontested. Like, again, it's, you know, a newer Pokemon, so it's going to be a little bit more busted than, you know, some of the older ones. But you'll think you got Umbreon beat, and then Umbreon will simply never die. Umbreon is immortality manifested into a Pokemon. And I played Umbreon, I didn't think it was all that. I was just like, yeah, okay, I guess Umbreon's here now. Clearly I was just playing Umbreon wrong, because everybody ever playing Umbreon goes from a level 3 Eevee that can be picked off at any point to this thing that will simply never die and pester you the whole game. Damage-wise, it's whatever, but you'll never kill it, you'll wail on it for 15 years straight, and then eventually realize, wait a second, I don't have any health left, and then it kills you. It's the single most annoying thing I've encountered in Unite so far, I feel. Hate him. Hate him a lot. Then there's Leafeon, its brother in crime. The sword to their shield. These two came out and just decided they wanted to ruin the game. Like, Leafeon, it's crazy how I can watch a speedster dive into a crowd of people again, kill everybody, and then run off like nothing happened. Like, the evolutions were always just kind of whatever until these two came out. Now you have Sword and Shield, made manifest. Mr. I will never die, and then Mr. You will never escape me. It's like, what happened with the dev team where they released these two Pokemon and we're like, yeah, no, this is fine. Yeah, I mean, I know y'all have seen what Leafeon is capable of, and I know y'all know what I'm talking about when I say Umbreon is nigh indestructible. So don't even look at me like that. No, because you know I'm right. You know I'm right. And if you don't, then you haven't played enough Unite. I don't know what to tell you. Last but not least, Inteleon has finally reached the scene. I really had high hopes for Inteleon, but Inteleon is the very definition of hit or miss. In the sense of, like, I feel like Inteleon kind of perfectly aligned with these two to fill out the whole, like, water, fire, grass type trio here. Inteleon is like, is kind of like Decidueye, but it swaps out Decidueye's, like, speed and mobility of, like, Decidueye, like, flying away for stealth. Like, if you could still move at a normal pace while being stealthed like Sableye or like Gengar, that'd be one thing. But your Snipe Reticle gives off this whole, I guess it's nice to help you like aim or whatever. But the fact that your enemy can see it makes it like a dead giveaway of like where you are and where you're shooting. So most people just try to get out of the way. On top of that, its Unite move, it hits hard, but it also relies on you being, you know, close enough to the enemy where they can pretty much hit you back. On top of that, its little Pachu shots, as I like to call them, while being close range, I understand it puts you in a bad spot, all things, if I'm just being honest. And if anybody that can actually hit you is just close enough, you're probably not going to kill them unless they've already been wounded. And they're going to beat you to death, because Inteleon is very squishy. And it has this little cape glide thing, but I don't feel like its mobility is enough to get it out of those bad spots once it's been cornered. With all that being said and done, the single worst of the worst Pokemon, it's got to be Umbreon. I'll say it. Umbreon, like I said, just simply never dies. Umbreon will never die no matter what you do to it. You just beat up on it and wail, and it will always have shields. And it will actually 1v3 you relatively easy. And it will always have its Unite move because every evolution always has its Unite move. I'm edging it out over Leafeon because Leafeon flies in and does damage but is then vulnerable. Umbreon is never vulnerable. Leafeon's got that treatment pretty much every other speedster has where if it doesn't kill, it's pretty much screwed. That never happens with an Umbreon. And that's why Umbreon is worst of the worst. The most annoying Pokemon in the game as of right now. Also because I see it like every match. But that's going to do it for today's video. Again, if you like this content, remember to like, comment, subscribe even. It don't cost you nothing. Get the channel at 200 subs. We'll keep daily uploads going all the way through August. But that's going to do it. This has been Kuzo Games, signing off.